Hello and welcome to Football Today for the 5th of March. We have just wrapped up, I think it's the 27th game week in the EPL. I'm your host, Alex Donnelly. As always, I am joined by the stats guy, Lee McCallum, in the far right there in the dollar store PSG shirt, which is ironic.
It was about $2. Yeah, thanks for bagging me as we open the show.
Yeah, as I always do. And Marcus Barzano in a awesome looking Chelsea kit.
That is
That's sick.
Old school Chelsea kit. It's lovely. Old badge, auto glass
We should
sponsor.
bring it
But
back.
for the second show in a row, you skipped the person sitting next to you and you've gone all the way
Yeah,
over
I
there.
loop.
I like doing that as
It's a
well.
loop.
I'm on his side.
It's a
no.
loop around.
I
On today's show, we wrap up the week that was in the EPL. Take a look at the performance of the week, bell end of the week, goal of the week. I've also got the save of the week, trivia question. We'll also take a look at what's been going on in Australia, specifically the A-League, as well as what the Australians abroad are up to. Big weekend all around. You can see if you are watching currently on YouTube. I'm in my Arsenal Stella McCartney kit. The Arsenal women had a big win in front of yet another sold-out crowd
Very
against
nice.
Tottenham over the weekend. But as always in this show, we start off with a yeah, nah. And Stats Guy's just thrown this in with some recency bias, given it happened literally 30 minutes ago.
Yes.
Yeah, nah. Sheffield United worse than the infamous Derby County?
I'm going to
You
go...
were five,
I'm going to
so-
go, yeah. Obviously, Derby County are the team that have the worst points total ever in
Yeah.
the Premier League. So maybe not in the points total, but the way they're playing, they're on track, as Marcus said a couple of podcasts ago, for the worst defense ever in the Premier League. And they're playing 4 less games than a lot of the teams that conceded over.
I think it was Swindon and the only team to concede more than 100 goals. I think it was up.
Yeah.
It might have been just 103
Yeah,
maybe.
and they're on track to pass that, which is ridiculous in a 38-game season instead of a 42-game season. So, yeah, just because of their defense is so bad and they hardly scored any goals, I'm going to say, yeah.
I think they're one of the first teams in history to concede 5+ in 3 consecutive home games too.
Oh, jeez.
yeah.
Imagine going and rocking up with your season.
Oh, no, they
membership.
left after 13 minutes this morning.
Yeah, they started walking out afterwards. What,
Jeez.
3-0, 4-0?
Yeah, it was...
Yeah.
Watching the game this morning, I've never seen such an abject golfing class in a sporting event, like a top level sporting
Clearly men
event.
versus boys.
Yeah. Like you understand in some of these like Olympic and World Cup qualifiers, there's going to be a huge golfing
Usually
class.
not in the Premier League, though.
But yeah, in the Premier League, it was embarrassing to watch. It was great as an Arsenal fan, but it was embarrassing as a sporting spectacle. It was,
Yeah, 100%. Because they're shocking, aren't they? And they don't even have like off-field controversy. Remember in Derby, didn't they have that player had that sex tape leaked? And
That's
then
right,
everything
yeah.
They
Maybe
just
they should
go
do that
on there.
to get
They
rid of
just
the
seem
focus.
like a good bunch of dudes who just suck at sport.
Yeah.
Like,
They're still pretty good.
they're
It's just-
still good. The thing is, they'll probably go to the championship and
come
be a
back
top
up.
6 team next year.
Well, yeah, they'll get the parachute payment and then they'll come straight back up. But Sheffield just ooze boring. Like you think of Sheffield and I just think
Well,
of
the
boring.
fact that Norwood got subbed off after 16 minutes, that was pretty embarrassing.
16 minutes was, I knew it was early.
Copped a sub, yeah.
Imagine you're working up to this game, I'm gonna have a good game today, and then you're getting subbed off after 16 minutes.
Funniest thing I saw from this game was some dude on Twitter said, if I was a Sheffield United player and I was on Tinder or Bumble or whatever, I wouldn't tell girls that I was a Sheffield United player. So I was like, that's pretty funny.
That is harsh.
Yeah. He said, how'd you get all this money? I'm in tech. Yeah, all right. Enough of that. Let's get to the All Aussie football adventures. Let's start off with the Australians off the top. Start off with some Tilly's chat. We'll start off with Arsenal because they're the big story out of the weekend in the WSL. A win kept them 3 points off Manchester City and Chelsea, who are on top. Big win for them in front of 60,050 people. It was a sold-out Emirates Stadium. It took Arsenal's home crowd average this season to over 30,000, which when you consider their usual home stadium holds like 5,000 people.
That is awesome. They've sold out 2 games in a row. You got obviously Ford, Catley, and Cooney Cross all played in that 1-0 Derby win. Awesome that it's just getting as much recognition as the men's team. And they're really good. This team is nuts because they've got all those gun Tilly's
It's a
players
deep
as well.
team.
It's so deep. You got Cooney Cross coming off the bench, so you know that's a good team.
Well, and Caitlin Ford's been getting rotated throughout the year, and then having a look at our Spurs, Charlie Grant didn't get anything, so it's weird to see. Like we obviously saw her last week here in Australia play really well.
Yep.
But just I suppose when you're assimilating to a new team and a new system, same with Cooney Cross, it is hard to get time. Like Cooney Cross in that midfield has a lot of ballers to go out with, like Kim Little, Beth Mead, for example. Yeah. And then you've still got like Stina Blackstenius is coming off the bench as striker with Alessia Russo up front. It's almost bad that Arsenal aren't winning this league, but Chelsea and Man City
Chelsea
are very, very
on.
good.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
three-way title race in both leagues.
Yeah,
you
it's
can't
still
ask for much more.
well. It's only separated by 3 points, so still could go either way. It's exactly like the men's. You got three-way title race as you mentioned. It's good to see Chelsea up there in the men's. In the women's, unlike the men's.
Well, they got one of the best players in the world. Hasn't played pretty much a single game this season
Sam
so
Kerr,
far.
yeah,
Sam Kerr, and they're still up there. So
I think Chelsea also had someone come back this weekend after 14 months off from injury as well, which adds to their depth.
yeah.
I can't remember their name. I'm
That's right.
Sorry, but I just saw it. I was like, everyone's like, this is awesome. Let's move on to West Ham because the Mini Gori show continued once again. Ever since she has come in, they've decided to not be a horrendous football team. They've started winning games. They will not be relegated this season. They are clear. I'm going to say it right here. They are safe.
Yeah, they've gotten some results against some of the top 6 teams. They drew to Man U on the weekend, 1-1. That's a great result for them, especially at the start of the season. They probably would have lost that game 4 or 5-0. Gori's just, we've said this before, but a CDM for any team is such an important role.
Yeah.
And Gori's come in there and just settled them down and really, even Mackenzie Arnold in goal, which I'll touch on later, which is really good. So it's good to see, the Tillies are literally just running right in this English league and making teams a lot better.
yeah, since Gori's come in, they've looked a whole lot better. A whole lot more stable.
Well, it's just stability in the center of the park, which is what a lot of teams don't have. So, look, they're 6 points clear of Bristol City. You're going to say that they're safe after 15 games. I think they're a 20-game season. I might have got that wrong. Probably have.
That's all right.
Anyway, Women's A-League, take it away, Stats Guy.
Well, we got to talk about Michelle Heyman. She's the woman of the moment. At the moment, she's I don't know why I said that twice. Another goal in a 4-2 loss. I messaged Marcus. I was like, not sure if she's going to start. She came off the bench and still scored, even in that 4-2 loss. She's leading the goals in the league in the Women's A-League, and her team is clearly last. Like, they've got a horrible team, and she keeps finding a way to score. You got a bit of a stat there. Actually, not just leading the goals and the goal contribution to the Women's A-League, but she's also
got the most goal contributions of any woman worldwide so far this season in football. So that includes international games and everything, but that's wild.
At 35 as well. I know it's obviously not as good of a comp sometimes.
She's doing it at Canberra.
But she's doing it at Canberra where they're not giving her many opportunities and she's just banging in goals, especially after 5 goals in the last couple of weeks for Matilda. So good on her.
For the record, WSL's 22 games.
Okay, there you go, yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah, nice.
But I think Chloe Lagazo also scored.
Yeah,
in that.
Western United,
she obviously didn't get any minutes through the Uzbekistan series, but another Matilda on the score sheet.
Yeah, and Tamika Yallop was the other one. She was really good and got Brisbane Roar a really strong win there. So there's a lot of Matildas are just thriving in any league they're in at the moment. It's great for women's football.
Tillies for gold. Gold for Tillies. All right, what are the dudes up to? We're all over the joint.
A little bit all over the joint. Pretty quiet week or so for the Socceroos abroad. Brandon Borello and Jason Cummings. Well, I don't know why I said Jamie, but Jason Cummings scored in the Indian League. Kai Rolls, Cam Devlin, and Callum Neuenhoff all played for Hearts in their win over Celtic.
Yeah, and Celtic actually are reviewing the red card and penalty in that game, which we lost. Like, come on, just there's only been a couple of matches that have been replayed in the history of football.
One recently.
Yeah, one recently, and then one years and years ago. So I don't know what Celtic are doing there. The Aussies, did really well.
Clearly, Brendan Rodgers' fault.
Yeah, somehow.
He's a terrible manager.
That's why he's in Scotland.
Nathaniel Atkinson was on the bench for that one, so he didn't come on. Ajan Hustic, who missed a whole bunch of the season through with injury, and he missed the World Cup.
Yeah.
And he was coming up and looking like Socceroos' best player in midfield. But he was man of the match at his new club. He found the back of the net with a good strike.
Awesome.
Aidan O'Neill also played the majority of the game for Standard Liège's win, but came off injured. So
hopefully he's all right.
Yeah, hopefully not too bad for Aidan O'Neill.
Yeah, nice.
Easy.
Lovely.
All right, let's get on to the wrap-up of the A-League over the weekend. We had a weekend full of derbies, and in a shock horror, we also had a weekend of controversy in the A-League. This is you, Stats Guy and Marcus. Take us through. Let's start off with the Women's A-League derby first. Sydney derby, of course, being Western Sydney Wanderers taking on Sydney FC.
Yeah, so both these teams really close in the Women's A-League table, so it was a really strong match by Sydney FC. They dominated from the start and puts them in a strong performance. This strong performance actually puts them up into third. I think they were fifth before the round started, so Sydney FC sort of catching up to the bigger teams. You got Western United up top, so they'll be trying to still chase them, but which is going to be really tough. But yeah, Sydney FC looked really strong.
And in the men's, Sydney, another away win in this derby.
That's what you were talking about last week.
6 straight men's derbies, Sydney derbies, have been away wins, which is so weird because they're really big clubs that get a lot of support. Yeah, nice.
Let's move on to something Well, not great for Manchester United. They got whipped by
Yes.
Manchester City. Well, not whipped.
derby,
They were in front. Let's be honest.
got played with. They got played
did.
with.
In the second half, they did get played with.
They did get
3-1.
whipped.
Score doesn't show the full story. City had 27 shots to 3. The only shot they had on target was Marcus Rashford's potential goal of the season.
That was
Does that
unbelievable.
even count as on target, considering it hit the post?
Oh yeah, off the post isn't on target.
it
Because
was
it came
in-
off the crossbar and then
Yeah,
It was
true.
in the net. Let's just give it to him.
we'll give it to him.
Well, yeah, the fact that I think City could have won by a couple more. I don't know if you guys saw that. Haaland's
Haaland
miss.
miss. Oh,
Haaland
he's
is-
human.
He's lost the plot the last 3 weeks for his high standards. I'm not saying in terms of the world best strikers, but he literally back in the day he would just header that straight in. He's gone to kick it and it's gone over
This
the bar.
goes back to my theory that City are off.
They are a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. And also shout out to Rodri, 59 straight games undefeated for Manchester
Best
City.
ever in the Premier League, yeah.
Yeah, and as I may have said to a mate the other day, go try it at Brentford. Don't brag about it at Manchester City. Go try it at Brentford.
It's still an impressive record.
Yeah, it's a great record.
It
It's
is
a great stat.
because even when he doesn't play, is the ones they've lost. So he can say, guys, I'm the best.
Go and do it at Brentford.
Yeah, that would be so funny.
Like, go and do it at a team towards the bottom that, can potentially beat any team in the league on their day.
Yep.
But yeah, like it's great.
But yeah,
Well, how good was Phil Foden though?
Phil, he's such
Ridiculous.
a freak, isn't
Yeah,
he?
it's let's just be like, for English fans, just be happy you've got Phil Foden and Bukayo Saka in such great form going towards the Euros.
And Jude
saw-
Bellingham, another youngster.
Bellingham as well.
Form.
Bellingham-
Declan Rice.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
Ben White should get picked for England,
back
but
to
he
Arsenal
won't.
chat. What was the front?
No.
What about
He doesn't get ahead of Kyle Walker or Trent.
Phil Foden? Is Gareth Southgate going to snub him again? Surely not.
Congratulations to Jordan Henderson for
Jordan-
being picked once
Yeah.
again.
Will Watkins get snubbed? That's what I want to think.
Oh,
He's got to
Watkins
be
is-
in behind Kane. He probably won't.
has to.
He's got to be the second
could put both,
choice
could you?
striker.
Or is it-
But so the thing is, I don't think Foden will start because I think it'll be Saka, Bellingham, and potentially Gordon or Sterling.
Or-
Sterling
You're
gets
right.
picked. That's a shambles.
Yeah, I don't think Sterling, but maybe just 'cause
Gareth
he's fast.
Southgate, he goes back
Yeah,
to the
no.
well. So
He does.
I think Foden's the one that comes off the bench.
There you go.
There we go.
That
Anyway,
could be play.
after this, we will be back for a trivia question. But for now, we're going to take a break and we're going to hear Jim Yell, aka our AFL Today host.
Hi, I'm David Kickno. I'm James Clements. I'm the host of the AFL Today Show. And you can join me and a rotating cast of AFL nuffies, lunatics, and journos celebrating all things footy in the world's singly greatest one-stop shop for every level of AFL fan. That's right, every game of the 2024 AFL season will be previewed and wrapped for you. Every storyline covered, every big moment broken down, every big hit celebrated, every Supercoach angle looked at, and every type of credit given to the boys. That's right, with guests from around the AFL world, AFL Today will have you sorted for all things footy. So, 3 times a week, make sure you get your AFL fix with the AFL Today Show.
All right, welcome back to Football Today for the second half of the show. We'll get into On the Spot after a trivia question from Leo. Social guy Leo, come on down. Price is
down.
Right. God, I love the prices, right? Larry Edmer back in the day.
That's funny.
That's too old for me.
Bob Barker? No,
Bob
okay.
Barker, yeah.
All right, boys, pretty straightforward this one. Which player has the most combined goals and assists in the EPL this season?
Stats guy.
Stats guy.
Ollie Watkins.
Bang.
Yeah. Were you going to say Ollie?
Yeah.
Yes,
Just
I'm back.
got in, just
we'll
got
have to
in.
look at the VAR though.
No,
I just
no,
got
you-
in. I got
you
it.
beat me, you beat
Come
me.
on, I'm back.
Yeah.
I literally wasn't going to say my name,
Yeah.
no matter if I didn't know the answer or not, because I never get in it. So when I said, I'm like, oh, wait, I know this one.
I was waiting for Leo to bring up the clean sheets one because it's officially Raya as of this morning.
Oh, yeah. I was watching an EPL trivia this morning, actually.
Oh,
on
you
YouTube.
cheater.
But that wasn't a question
Yeah.
that one he asked, but yeah.
Yeah. All right.
back, I'm back.
All right, let's get into On the Spot. Best moments from the weekend. This won't mainly focus on the EPL, but let's be honest, it could be from wherever we want. Marcus could have had 17 goals in the Essendon District Third League, and we could still count it.
Nice.
Performance,
I forgot about that
the
one.
performance of the week. Where are we going, Marcus? You can start.
I'm going to go with an individual performance, and I'm going to go, we mentioned him before, Phil Foden. Unreal. Scored 2 goals, scored a brace. The first one, absolute screamer that could sort of turn the tide on the title race. So Phil Foden for me.
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
Stats guy.
I'm going to go Fulham smashing Brighton. I feel like we haven't given that much love to Fulham, but they're
Because
pushing up.
it's Fulham.
Yeah, but they're pushing
They
up
haven't
towards
been
the
great,
top.
but
Well, in terms of the table, they're not going too bad now. They're only a couple of points off being in the top half as a Chelsea fan. That really angers me.
So many bad teams
Yeah.
this season.
Yeah, But they've smashed Brighton. I know that Brighton have been up and down. I thought that was just a great win, and we haven't given enough plaudits. When Fulham have gone all right at home, they score a couple of goals. So, yeah, good on them for beating Brighton and pushing up towards the top half.
Yep, mine low-hanging fruit, but it happened this morning. Arsenal, it's 31 goals in 7 games since they've come back from the new year. They are dead set flying. They are.
Since you went to Dubai, you just come back and turn into like Prime on
Ben White is
Bergkamp.
clearly solar powered. He got his tan back and he was good to go.
Can we see what chemicals are in that in the tans when he
does have a
tans?
weird tan,
Yeah.
doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, there's that great clip of Ben White where someone's like asked him a question. He's like, "Yeah, we're pretty good at football." And there was an interview with him last week. He's like, "Yeah, I hate watching football. I love playing it." It's
Really? He doesn't like watching
He
it?
just
No, yeah, he hates
just
it.
literally
he actually hates the
football.
sport. Yeah.
This is probably why he doesn't play for England. He's like, "Do you watch the game?" Nah.
That's
But yeah,
funny.
31 goals in 7 games. They are now the top goal difference side in the league,
That's
which
good,
in
yeah.
a tight title race could prove the difference at the end of the season.
Yep.
Bell end of the week. Who is not hot? I'll just roll on because it comes from the same game. It's Sheffield United. That was embarrassing. It
Yeah.
was think of every bad word you can think of a sporting team, every cliche possible. That was Sheffield United this morning. 3 straight games at home conceding 5 or more. They are horrendous.
That you can't be happy with that at all. 3 straight games at home. That's
Yep.
horrible.
Yeah, shocking.
You go, Marcus.
I'm going to go the referee in Nottingham Forest versus Liverpool.
I got a referee as well.
Paul Tierney.
Yeah, probably should have done this. He got dropped as well.
Oh, did he?
Tierney. Yep.
There you go. Well, obviously, I think it was 2 minutes to go, and the ball got given back to Liverpool when it should have been Forest.
Nottingham Forest.
What? I didn't even see that.
For full, so if anyone who hasn't seen it, so Nottingham Forest had the ball in their attacking third. 2 Liverpool players collided in the box. I think it was Kanate and whoever was in goal. I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
right.
Kelleher.
They collided, and what it should have been was it should have been a drop ball back to Nottingham Forest. But the Paul Tierney has given the ball back to the keeper in the goal box. They've gone bang up the other end and scored.
And then a
it's won
minute
them the
later,
game.
Darwin Núñez scored in the 100th minute.
So this could be Liverpool winning the league because of that moment.
Maybe he had some money on
very,
on the
very
Reds.
lucky.
Yeah,
Liverpool
yes.
again, but geez, they just find a way to score late goals down there at the moment.
It's
Liverpool.
killing me.
Yeah, not should have.
It's the hope that kills you.
I'm going to go a ref as well. I'm not sure of his name, but the La Liga ref and the Valencia versus Real Madrid. I think this is probably the biggest howler I've seen in my
Not
life.
really. He just should have blown the whistle 3 seconds earlier.
Yeah.
But he blew the whistle up for people who didn't see it for Real Madrid. They were in attack. It was 2-2. Real
Corner.
Madrid. It was a corner, as well. And they sent it in. They sent it in as he blew the whistle, and Real Madrid scored. and they would have won the game.
So what happened was the corner came out
And then
it
it
got
came off.
cleared.
Sorry, yeah.
That's when he should have blown the whistle.
Yes, yeah.
But then within that 3 seconds, it's come out, it's gone across to the other side of the box.
Yeah.
And as it's been kicked, he's blown the whistle and
Yeah.
Bellingham scored, didn't he?
He did.
And he
did
got
that.
a red card.
Bellingham scored.
3 seconds after the whistle was blown,
Yeah.
Bellingham scored.
It was a few of the players did stop, but they had so many open plays in there, they would have scored.
Yeah,
and
it was-
the only time I've seen that is on FIFA, like playing pro clubs and things like that with some mates. The
there
ref
is-
somehow accidentally blows the whistle because it's a video game. That should never happen in real life. Literally, the one thing in football, everyone goes, all right, we play till the game's done, or you quickly
Play
blow
to
the
the whistle.
whistle when that corner's done.
It's
like you said.
literally what you're told in under 4s.
Yeah.
Play to the whistle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, the referees are notorious for being a little bit dodgy in La Liga.
Yeah, so-
obviously.
You're also thinking
Barcelona.
of Italy as well.
And Italy as
Italy,
well.
yeah.
But Barcelona have just come out and they had, what was it? One of the referees was cheating for a couple years in favour of Barcelona.
I mean,
Really?
as
was
an
it? It was when,
Arsenal fan, everyone remembers Robin Van Persie getting sent off in
That's
that
right,
Champions League
yeah.
game that we would have won.
Yeah.
And as a Chelsea fan, those non-decisions against Barcelona, and then Didier
yes.
Drogba after the game saying it's a effing disgrace.
Yeah.
Now I'm just
But,
thinking of
this-
the Robin Van Persie thing. I'm really mad about
Oh,
it.
he's not
now.
going to be able to finish the show.
This ref is the ref that made that decision is notoriously like me sort of vibes.
Well, he might be dropped, so we'll see
Is
what
his
happens.
name Ray Chamberlain?
Razor Ray.
Shout out, Razor. All right, goal of the week. Well, a few of us are going to line up here. Marcus Rashford's absolute banger against Manchester City.
Yep.
That was ridiculous. That's a good way to, just go, hey, everyone, I'm still pretty good at football now and then.
Manchester United wanted to get a result. They needed something special when Marcus Rashford got it, and they still couldn't get the result. So
Yeah,
that
Rashford.
1-0
goal
they're
was-
up, yeah.
Rashford then followed it up with a couple of stinkers, but
Yeah.
not the point. Stats guy.
Wisa, you got to talk about him. Amazing height on that scissor kick that he got against Chelsea. Helped Brentford get a 2-2 draw against Chelsea.
Yep.
Just any scissor kick. I'm all here for a scissor kick. I know it was annoying. It was against Chelsea, but the technique on that, and it was one of those ones that was so high. The only way he was going to score was probably if he does
Well,
that
he,
sort
had,
of
he,
scissor
had, he had 2 or 3 attempts before that, but
Yeah,
then
he
finally
did.
got on
He
the
practice makes perfect.
Practice makes perfect, and just the guts, to do it a couple of times and go, I'll get one eventually.
A couple of times,
yeah.
mate, because if you mess it up, you look like an absolute
You do,
fool.
yeah.
If you fresh air it and just
Yeah.
It
fall
was
on your
perfect.
back.
Looped over a couple of defenders as well.
great.
So, yeah, awesome goal.
Love
Definitely
scissor
goal of the
kick.
week for me.
Shout out to Booker T. All right, and finally, the Macca, the Mackenzie Arnold, aka the best save of the week. And, well, you know what? the award is named after Mackenzie Arnold, and she wins it this week.
Yeah, she has to win. I don't know if this is allowed, but she has to win it this week. She was
I
awesome.
literally said
it's
we
allowed.
could do Essendon District Third League. So of course it's allowed.
Yeah, the award that we've named after her, she has to win it this week. Awesome couple of left-hand saves against Man U. Helped them get a 1-1 draw. Without her, Man U should have probably scored a couple more goals. Just literally, Mackenzie Arnold and Gorry have changed this team around. So it's awesome that she's back in and doing really well.
She made a few underratedly good saves against Uzbekistan.
Yeah,
I know
she
we were
did.
up like 6-0 at the time, but that was still
They
great
probably
saves.
should've
one-on-one
scored.
opportunities. Yeah. It
She's
made
so
us
good.
comes out really, really fast and makes herself big.
Yeah.
Goes
So
down the end
strong
with
as
the
well.
goal.
And I've got to give, as much as I like laughing at him, Onana I thought was fantastic against Manchester City. Like he made some really good saves.
They could have smashed them.
The second one, was it Foden? Yeah, Foden's second one, he probably could have saved, but you know what? I'll give him a pass on that. He had a good game.
Yeah.
Side note, have you guys seen that new Kia ad?
Yes.
The
No.
new, so
Is that the one in the pub?
Yeah, so Kia have brought out this new ad.
Sporting
that's-
Legends,
It's,
yeah.
it's basically Australian sporting legends.
Yeah.
What should they name the new Kia Ute? And it had like Mackenzie Arnold was there, Steve Waugh was there, Buddy Franklin
Yeah.
was there, John Aloisi
Dylan
was there,
Alcott,
Mackenzie Arnold was there as well. So it's like, we should call it the Kia Buddy or the Kia.
It's a
Tugger.
really good ad. Check it out.
I saw someone on Twitter say we should call it the Kia Cooney Cross, and I can't think of any better name.
that sounds great.
The Kia Cooney Cross is what this new Ute should be named.
That's great.
And you know what? On that note, football today is done and dusted. We'll be back later in the week to take a look at what's coming up this weekend. But please check out Football Today Pod AU all over the social medias. They're coming up right here now. Subscribe on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up on the videos as well as a 5-star rating across, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to these podcasts. Give us a follow on the socials. Leave us a comment. Tell Stats Guy he looks great with his new haircut.
Yes.
Karen took him to the barbers yesterday afternoon.
Bit of a shave as well.
Yeah, I needed. Yeah.
Thanks, Marcus.
Thank you, Alex.
Thanks, Stats Guy.
Thanks for a compliment. Yeah.
It's all right. Shout out to Geraldo, Pipes Geraldo behind the screen there, doing a great job as always. He'll beat us up if we're not on time. And shout out to Leo for yet another great trivia question. We are done and dusted on football today. We'll catch you later in the week.